Hi, Cliff.
Hi, how's it going?
Going great.
Welcome to New Comic Book Day. I hope you survived the experience. I'm talking to your wallet.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro. What's good, Council of Comics? It's a rainy, nasty day. But rain, sleet, hail, snow. We shall have New Comic Book Day today. Let's go see what's going on.
Ah! Jesus. Oh,
Oh my
oh,
god.
it's so nice to get you once in a while.
Oh my god.
Not about the story, not about the main story, and for freaking what's his name to be off artwork. And I was like, this is the best issue ever! Right, so it was wonderful. It was one of the best issues ever.
Hi everybody, these are my picks for this week. We have Hulk, getting right back to the story now. Kate's and Otley still. I think Otley's getting off in a little bit, but hopefully Kate stays on and we get a nice new artist. Dark Crisis continues. I hope it's good. I hear it's not, but we'll see. The Must, Batman 128. Jimenez. I already saw some of the interior. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it will always be beautiful.
Alrighty, guys, how you doing? Paul's here. First pick is Joker, the man who stopped laughing and knocked me on my foil. I read the story earlier. It's really good. You're gonna like this one. This is 3 keys. I like the artwork. I want to give it a try. It might be something. It was in the key collector key thing. This is Marauder, but the cover of Dakin is fire. That's I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna give it a try. I stopped reading Marauders a long time ago. This is Kaya. I looked inside. It looks pretty good. This is a homage to Jack Kirby in a sense, but it's a new series, a number 1. Gun Honey. They talk about how bad it is, but it's kind of like, it's pretty good. I like it.
Alrighty, okay. These are my picks of this week. So, we have Amazing Spider-Man #1 Facsimile Edition. I was gonna say Amazing Fantasy because this is what was on my mind. This was meant to be the next 2 issues of Amazing Fantasy. And when Amazing Fantasy 15 sold so well and Spidey was so popular, they said, nope, gotta be his own book now. So they took those 2 issues, put them in one, and then issue 2 was the same thing. Those were then the following 2 issues that were already in the can. Anyway, classic story here. This is, the first time Spider-Man crossed over with the Fantastic Four, obviously. Great stuff. Gotta have it. We have Axe, Judgment Day, Star Fox. This obviously is tying into the current Judgment Day storyline. They're trying to kind of bring Star Fox back to prominence in the Marvel Universe. Obviously, he was just in a cameo in a movie. Star Fox, kind of a weird, creepy character, very much like the way I'm talking right now. But we'll see. Sometimes those characters, sometimes you can do some cool stuff with them. We'll see what they do. Ant-Man #4, Al Ewing and Tom Riley. I love this miniseries so much that I can't even begin to tell you. This is definitely one of my favorite books of the entire year, and I'm very excited for this last issue. There's going to be a follow-up to Wasp next year, but I know Al Ewing is writing. I don't know who's doing the art, but I don't think Tom Riley's coming back, but definitely cool stuff. X-Men #1, I know this is a Jean Grey solo story, much like the Avengers from last week with Iron Man. So I'm sure that this is much like some of the other stories where this is where we see Jean being judged by the Celestial and all that will come of that. I'm sure some of her time as Phoenix will come into play.
Oh, tricky camera. You start recording before I press button? I know you. What's good, Council of Comics? You know what time it is. No, don't listen to Joey. These are my picks. They're not Steve's picks. They're not Joey's picks. They're not Paul's picks. They're not Josh's picks. They're not Anthony's picks. They're not Franklin's picks. They're my picks. Okay? Okay, let's go. Earth Divers, #1. Stories about killing Christopher Columbus. Love it! Full applause on this. Please go out and get this book and support it. Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor. We got a Peach Momoko cover. Of course, you know how we do with the Peach Momoko. Hulk #9. We're continuing this until 10. We shall see. Gun Honey. What is it? Blood for Blood. Issue #2. You know how we do with the Gun Honey.
You don't want a $35 t-shirt of these blockhead characters that you've never heard of?
No.
That says New York Comic Con experience on it?
No.
For 2022? But Anthony, it's one of a kind. We only made these blockhead characters exclusively for our New York Comic Con 2022 t-shirt. That's $35. Isn't $35 a bargain for something you're never going to see again and no one will ever talk to you about? Isn't that a bargain?
Do you want one too?
Of course not. No one wants this crap. Well, I don't understand.
It's an add-on, no?
Frankie, do you want any of that crap? Do you really?
No, that's what I said.
You look at that list of crap that they say you can order at the door, and you're like, why? Why are you doing this to me?
I'm assuming it's all stuff that'll be offered down there too.
No.
They will. They have the tables out there.
Yeah. Well, they have the New York Comic Con store booth, right? But still, some of that is annoying. What's not annoying is Alternaverse on October 15th, where it's going to be a little horror convention, and you should come on down, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then if there's seating available, a little movie night at 7 p.m. after the store's closed. See you then.
Picked up an old book, Wolverine 21, Deadpool, Bugged Out, movie coming out. And then Hulk vs. Predator, Bugged Out cover. After Spider-Verse #5, 2 new appearances. See what happens. I just covered by I'm into Wolverine. Dakin, this is pretty cool. Same thing. I'm not into Jane Foster stuff, but the cover's dope. Just wanted to read this called Dark Ride, new Image book. See how it is. Could be whack. I don't know.
Welcome to Cliff's Corner. And while we're here, I just want to remind everybody that Alternaverse is collecting toys for Tots now until December 18th, I believe. But our official toy drive date is Saturday, December 10th. Come join us. We'll have wonderful comic book guests and board game guests galore, and the place will be jam-packed. So please come then. We'll have some snacks. It'll be a great time. Now for my comics. First pick. Saturday Morning Adventures of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is beautiful. The carpet matches the drapes on this one. I'm very happy. Also, my personal favorite that I enjoy reading, Dungeons & Dragons Ravenloft. I just have a great time watching this.
So I just wanted to show off my picks. We've got Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is a facsimile edition. These are really cool. They've been doing these for both Marvel and DC. They've done Amazing Fantasy 15, Superman #1, Action Comics #1, Detective, first appearance of Batman. So they're just really cool. It's a way to get your hands on a comic that otherwise would be, I don't know, $1 million or something. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And of course, Spider-Man relaunched, new #1. This is Humberto Ramos cover. I also have the Arthur Adams cover. And then there's a ton of other covers that came out for this. There's a 1 in 100, 1 in 50, 1 in 25. Yeah, there's at least 10 different covers for this book. I'm sure there's store exclusives. We don't have one, but there are a bunch. This features the art of Mark Bagley, and Moreland is back.
Bagley or Bagley?
Bags. He calls himself Bags, so I'm gonna say Bagley.
Bagley.
Right? Right? Is this Bags? Could be wrong. He's a nice guy, by the way.
Yeah?
Met him a few times at the cons. Really nice
I'm
guy.
a fan.
So Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't know. He really did like the art is nice. That's really nice. Yeah. So it's a good story. It's fun. They brought back the Spider Verse. Somebody dies, so there's why it's a key.
Okay.
Somebody dies in the issue. So yeah, probably not permanent. But
That story, I just don't care enough about it.
He's Puerto Rican and we love him.
I still don't
We
like
didn't
it.
mention it.
Oh, we didn't even fucking mention it. And it's all because of you. You're like, I don't like the black elf. Well, guess what? He's
I don't
fucking
care
Puerto
that he's
Rican.
black. I just
No,
don't like his
now you
story.
know he's Puerto Rican.
I think his story's boring. That's
Puerto Ricans aren't boring. Spicy.
we're spicy, all right. All right, no green shirt today. I was in the rain. I'm soaking wet, but here are my picks. I wanted 2 copies of this one, but Steve gave them all away, so I got one. We talked about this, I think, on Monday, right? Earth
Yes.
Divers.
Claps all around for the Earth Divers.
The artwork
Claps
looks
all
amazing.
around.
Story looks fun. I'm in. Kaya as well. Gonna give that a shot.
Nice.
Still staying with Undiscovered Country. I always get both covers.
What is Undiscovered Country?
Undiscovered Country is Scott Snyder. United States been blocked itself off for a number of years because of a virus, and then this signal kind of beacon comes from inside. These people go to look for it, and then adventure ensues. But I'm not gonna give you all that.
Hi, and welcome to Alternative Comics. Saturday, October 15th at 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Come join us for the Mini Monster Market. We'll have artists, comic books, of course, cards, cosplay, toys. We'll be featuring comic book artist and inker Richard Clark, Ryan Gary Brown with some exclusive covers, Christian St. Pierre, plus Steve DeSario, our local artist, Ray Lowell, who, as we know, did my Friday the 13th commission. Ronaldo will be here. The Hudson Valley Poke Twins will be here. Epic Robo Spider, AKP Collectibles, Carrie Berry Boutique, the Perler Playland, Crafts by VBD, Vicky's awesome, Tarby's and Tingets, the Hudson Valley Horrors, Robert's Isle of Misfit Toys, Plastic Attic Toys, Static Rabbit Incorporated, and more, with cosplay appearances by Lady Divine, 8-Arm Spidey, and of course Dave Santiago. So come out and join us Saturday, October 15th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And also afterwards, there's this very special double feature happening that night where tickets are available for the Madness and Mayhem. It's 2 creepy classics back to back, the original Halloween and Trick or Treat. So you can join us. Doors will open at 7:30 p.m. and the first movie starts at 8:30. Enjoy.
I got a nice reprint of Dracula because I'm really thinking about collecting this book, and I love horror and everything. So, nice little $4 reprint. It's not a rip-off at all. King Spawn. You already know how it is. King Spawn's been great. The covers have been great. McFarlane's been great. New Joker book. What is it called? The Man Who Laughs?
The Man Who Stopped Laughing.
Stop Laughing. It's really creative. It's shiny, and that's all I gotta say about that. Junkyard Joe, this looks really nice. Gary Frank.
From the
and
Geiger
Jeff
universe.
Johnson. Yep, this is really, really cool. I'm gonna try this out.
Been waiting for 4 months for this to come out. Spider-Man #1 facsimile. Gotta have it. You gotta get it, guys. You gotta get it. Especially Tomb of Dracula. I heard the reviews on this as far as reading it, because they're out of people's reaches unless you're a big money man. But it's nice to have a facsimile. Basilisk, been with it from day one. I'm liking it. I have no complaints. This is Earth Divers. Someone told me it's...
Claps. We need claps right now for Earth Divers.
They talk
They
about...
killed Christopher Columbus. Claps.
and
Claps, everyone.
He caused all the bullshit in America. Let me stop. I think this is the final issue of Edge of the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to have that. This is the new Spider-Man. I like the Ramos cover because it's got all the Spider-Mans from different alternative universes. I kind of like that.
We have Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty, #5. I have heard that this is a big issue. I don't know what happens, but I do know something. Yeah, something very significant here, and I think there's going to be more news at New York Comic Con this weekend about where this is going, because this is leading into Cold War. The big crossover that they have. Edge of Spider-Verse is continuing on. This is the last issue, though. I'm sure introducing further new Spider-Man, Spider-Verse characters. I sure will lead into another book that is in this pile. Hulk number 9. Donny Cates is not dead. He's alive.
Cates!
And is writing, is still writing comic books, which is cool. So, yeah, I like this series a lot. I think it's pretty interesting. It's a different kind of take.
Listen, I told somebody that you've never seen a Hulk story like this before.
No, and I mean,
it's original,
listen, they had to do something to follow up Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it's definitely unique. I like it. I think it's cool. Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor. This is the last issue also. It's a cool story. I think it's okay. I mean, I think you very much need to have kind of read some of the Jason Aaron Thor, which most people, if you're a Thor fan, you probably have. But I think it's a pretty cool standalone too. It works all right. I like it. We'll see where this wraps up. I know the last issue had a great final appearance by in the last page by one of my favorite Marvel characters. If you haven't,
you got a Momoko there too.
Yeah, I had to grab this too. This is the only variant.
Momoko.
This is the only variant that I grabbed this week. Peach Momoko, of course, and Enchantress, another character I always liked a lot. So had to have this one. Got Marauders number 7. I think this is the first issue post whatever they did where they crossed over with Axe. So I'm not quite sure what's going to be happening here. But I like this book. It's a unique set of mutants. I know that every character in here is my favorite character, but they all seem to kind of work together well. It's kind of an interesting story. I did like the first arc a lot, so.
You're the first person to tell me you like this.
Really?
Yes.
Well, see, I always have to be unique. I always have to be different.
I mean, I have been enjoying it because I'm very attached to Steve Orlando, so I'm biased.
I understand that completely. No, I think Steve's cool. No, and I think he's doing a good job with it. I think we're just gonna bring this back up. I'm sure he handpicked these characters from whatever list of here's who's left over for you to use, but he's made the most of it. And obviously he's delving into like some Grant Morrison era X-Men.
Plus, if you notice, all the queers are on that.
Sure. There you go.
Dark Crisis one-shot, the Deadly Green featuring Super Swamp Thing. So that was one of my picks last night. I'm sticking to it. The Black Adam Justice Society Dr. Fate one-shot. That ties into the movie. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 5.
Nothing to say, huh?
It is what it is. Multiversity Teen Justice number 5, which is just a joy to read. It's just great. Very special from the pages of Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals, Star Fox. Marvel finds one of its most problematic characters and brings them back again. And speaking of Judgment Day, this is X-Men Red number 7.
Edge of Spider-Verse number 5. This is a key right there. Cliff's favorite, Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 5. And then this thing. I don't know what this thing is. They're putting trading cards on the cover now. Here, give me another $6. Here, take some trading cards that you can't cut out of them and use, because if you do, then the book's not worth anything anymore. Batman number 128. We're continuing with the Batman, of course. Basilisk, cover B, and cover A of issue number 12, one of my favorite series. We got Deuces on the R. Adam Storm. Dope. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1. the Saturday Morning Adventures. Look at that cover. Look at that cover. That's first episode animation Christmas right there. Can't reject that.
Both covers for Leonid the Vampire. I think this is Mignola, right? Give that a whirl. Little Halloween story. Staying with Hulk, of course. Marauders. This is again one of the other X books I read. This is the end of all the covers. Ah!
See, I went for the Todd Knott cover.
I like Todd Knock, but his stuff's starting to look all the same now.
Yeah, but this one was fun. It wasn't one of those like those headshot ones. It was like actual action.
Yeah. Mandalorian. Got a little Grogu doing fun things with a cat. Second run of Gun Honey.
Then we have Edge of Spider-Verse, and this introduces a couple of new characters that are on the cover. One is like a Kraven the Hunter if he were to become a Spider-Man, and the other one is what if Spider-Man's friend, Peter Parker's friend rather, got bit instead of him, and this guy becomes Spider-Man. So, a couple new Spider-Man characters, always good. And then we've got Health and Wealth #1. This is about the healthcare system in America. So, yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So
looks like I got to act another 5 pence to my.
A tragic comic, right? Yeah.
Oh,
Our broken healthcare system. But yeah, this is a comic about that. So those were my.
God, this Turtle Saturday Morning is gorgeous.
Oh yes. So
Gorgeous.
Cliff is announcing about Turtles Saturday Morning. Another #1, another pick. There's a lot of picks this week. So those were my picks.
what you got there?
And then these. We have an artist coming. His name is Martin Zavala. These are actually New York Comic Con exclusives that I have ahead of time. We're going to have this artist here with us on the Monday after Comic Con. That's 10/10. So on 10/10, we'll have this gentleman here, Martin Zavala. You see this? They're all a little different. There's like a kind of a holographic metallic sheen. This is a black and white version.
Oh, look at that, guys.
This black and white version, by the way, is metal. Like, there's like a metal. These are ash cans for The Curse of Cleaver County from Source Point Press.
Wow.
So these are New York Comic Con exclusives. Pretty limited. Very limited.
Nice little new Swamp Thing book, Dark Crisis tie-in. It's Swamp Thing, so I wanted to get it, and I don't expect much, but we'll see. And I'm pretty excited for this. Nice new horror book from Snyder. I believe it was released as a digital comic first, but Night of the Ghoul, I think it's going to be pretty cool. Rhyme that. So I'm pretty excited for that because it's spooky month. And that's it. Fuck my wallet. Bye, guys.
No, do it. Do the last time.
And supposedly the record now is trying to change his ways, which we all know is BS.
Maybe.
Because the last time we talked to him, he was talking to his boss, talking about, yeah, boss, we got to get this. And now all of a sudden he's a changed man.
I think he might be.
There's something in between there that
I
we're
think
missing.
first off,
Or he was hired. He was just hired.
He was just hired, and then realized he's not happy.
Because I apologize. This Josh guy is probably just hired too.
Right, except that he was hired like a freaking mercenary.
Yeah.
You know, like get in there, bed her, bring me her DNA. Ew. But
I think
ew.
this is all a plot
by the leader.
by the leader. Everything,
That would be so great.
Everything that's going on. Like Abomination, I need your thing to mess up so he can bring She-Hulk up there and then you can delve into, because right now she's a little lost and maybe you can work with that, blah, blah, blah. So she sits in with the group and we're introduced to 2 mutants in the MCU.
And of course, Miracle Man. I remember Miracle Man from back in the day when it was coming from England with those reprints, and then there was a new ongoing series. So they're in my boxes somewhere, but I'm never gonna dig them shits up. Excuse my language. And of course, Junkyard Joe. It came out of Geiger. He was like in the back of it, but I hear there's a good story about this guy, Geiger. Also, honorable mention in DC, you gotta read Batman. Batman is, whew, he's killing it. Batman was good. The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, was good. DC's doing alright, even though people try to say they're really not. Some of the stories are like, come on, bro, you could have done better than that. But the artwork and the paper quality is really good. So that's my little picks, but this is my favorite. And I maybe not mentioned it last week, but don't sleep on Sergeant Rock in the Army of Darkness. Rizzo killing it. But anyway, those are my picks. Happy to see you. And we'll do New York Comic Con. And after probably 2.5 hours of walking around, I'm going to go to the corner and pull out the folding chair and go to sleep. Thank God I know how to do this shit. Deuces are peace out and see you next week, guys.
I've been following this. Story's pretty cool. There's a progressive cover for each Ant-Man. If you get these, it shows different timelines for the different Ant-Mans, different timelines. So that's pretty cool. Again, covered by. I think there is a key in this also. New Spider-Man book. Like every year, there's another fucking Spider-Man book. Scotty Young. And I figure another Scotty Young, Miracle Man. I didn't read it inside of it, but I don't know if this is a reprint story. I'm assuming this is a new story. So
I heard it's a reprint.
I don't know. It could. We'll see. And that's it.
But that works for X-Men.
It does, but it should work for every X-Men title. And speaking of things that are different.
Yeah, new Fantastic Four. Speaking of things that are different, new Fantastic Four. Yeah, that was, obviously stemmed from a 3-issue arc that Walt Simonson and
You were the
Art
only other
Adams.
person I know, other than me, hanging on to that book.
No, I think this book is fun. It is what it is.
It is like kind of fun, but I am like, but everyone else has dropped it. I am hanging in
Well,
there.
this is the last issue of it.
Right.
Listen.
I'm just like, I'm in.
This is no different than what they do. They did Symbiote Spider-Man and Wolverine Patch. Listen, these aren't meant to shake the Marvel Universe. This is just like, did you read the original story that this, comes from? Well, then you might dig this too. It's not, this is not end of the world, stuff. It's still cool. Whatever. I like it.
You know what? I gotta tell you though, point for point, I think I've been enjoying it more than Dark Crisis.
Luckily, I haven't been reading Dark Crisis, so I couldn't tell
Oh,
you.
but I should make you.
No. I'll wait 2 years. Spider-Man #1, Dan Slott, Mark Bagley. That's all you kind of need to say about that. I know this is, quote, the end of Spider-Verse, quote. I'm sure that that's not legitimately what's happening, because there are 2 animated movies coming out in the next
And I'm
year.
gonna say, doesn't this title just pick up on more Spider-Verse stuff?
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea. That's what they're saying. That's how they're referring to this. But I'm sure it's just hyperbole, which it's comic books, so of course it's going to be hyperbole.
And I got the Storm variant of, wait, this is just X-Men AXC. This is the one shot, I think.
Yeah.
I got the Arthur Adams variant because it looks great, even though it's probably not about her. New Fantastic Four #5. Josh and I are the only ones completing that series. The Hulk #9. Featuring Starship Hulk and the first appearance of God knows who, but you know what? It's a Ryan Otley cover, so I'm down. Marauders #7, and I picked the Todd Knott cover, and I think I'm gonna stick with Marauders. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. Amazing Spider-Man Facsimile #1. Josh also picked this, because we have good taste. Spider-Man #1, the Arthur Adams Gwen Stacy variant. Because I gotta give that new Spider-Man a shot. And I limited myself to 16 books, and I went to 17 this week.
Mandalorian #4, the Peach Momoko Grogu cover. Spider-Man #1. Right there, the Gwen, you know what I mean? Very nice, very nice. Art Adams. New series, Spider-Man, the Scotty Young. Nice. And of course, we got cover A and the blank, because we're going to Comic-Con, you know what I mean? Draw me your favorite Spider-Man. Poison Ivy #4. It's an amazing cover right here. I don't read Poison Ivy because there's something about this cover. Miracle Man #0 by Scotty Young. They say it's new stories. We shall see.
Freaking knocks that horse over, and it's beautiful. And he's gonna freaking kill Adar, and then she's like, no, like, we need him. And she's like, what?
Don't give in to the darkness, Albrand.
Right, but also you cannot quench your thirst with seawater, which he said to her about her vengeance.
Yeah.
So she gets him to cool down, and she takes Adar to the barn where she questions him and talks, and then he lays it down. He's like, "We don't deserve a place to live. We don't deserve like our own culture."
Said was on point.
Right, everything he said was on point. She goes, "No, because you were created as a mockery, and I'll see to it to myself that every last one of you is destroyed, and I'll save you for last, so that you can know that you are the end of your filthy, disgusting life." And I was like, and then he goes, "Oh, you didn't have to look for too far from the darkness than your own mirror." And I was like, "Oh shit!" He called her out because that was some dark, horrible stuff she was saying.
Yeah, and then she was about to kill him.
And then she's about to slit his neck.
Then
And then Halbrand is like,
Galadriel!
It's like, Galadriel, remember when you stopped me? When you stopped me from going into the darkness?
And then the 2 Batman covers I like. Didn't go with the, what do you call it, computerized one this week, but you know, whatever. Staying with Sword of Azrael. These covers been pretty. And I am going to give this one a whirl, even though I know you guys all went.
I got the foil.
Did you get the foil?
got the
Was this
foil.
you right here?
Yeah.
Ah! Did you? Oh.
That's a good story.
Those are mine. Peace out.
Guy's an airbrush artist, and like I said, he'll be joining us on the 10th here in the store from about noon to say 7 o'clock. And he'll have his airbrush with him, I suppose, and be doing some artwork. So yeah, looking forward to that. And this was called The Curse of Cleaver County from Source Point Press. The cover artist is Martin Zavala, who will be at New York Comic Con this weekend, and we'll have him here the Monday after New York Comic Con. So, I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh, this is the comic. It's just like a store exclusive. The store is Christus Comics and Collectibles LLC. So it's Christus Comics and Collectibles LLC by Martin Zavala. So, and you'll be seeing more stuff from both Christus Comics and from Martin Zavala. So I'm sure, right? It's a beautiful cover. So
This store has everything.
Everything.
Everything. Relax. So I'm gonna jump to this. X-Men Red. I think this book is awesome. I love Al Ewing and Stefano Caselli. I think they're a great team.
I thought it's an awesome book too. I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah, no, sometimes you got to make those choices, but this was one I really wanted to stick with. I think there's big things happening here. I love Magneto. I love Storm. I love Sunspot. All great characters. So just keep giving me those guys. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. And last but not least, this is, for me, I was pretty excited to have this, even though I've read it very recently. This is Tomb of Dracula #1 facsimile edition. This is actually Jerry Conway and Gene Colan. I'm been reading a lot of 70s Marvel horror lately. Getting kind of hyped for Werewolf by Night this week. So I said, let me just kind of dip into some of this stuff, that I haven't really read a lot of. I read a little bit here and there, and I've just been kind of switching back and forth, Werewolf by Night and Tomb of Dracula every day, one issue of each. And I'm loving this stuff. I think I don't know. I kind of kicking myself. It took me this long to kind of get into this stuff. I'm loving it. I would say pick this up if you've never read any Marvel horror. You will dig it. I promise you. Even if you're not a horror fan, if you just love comic books in general, this is a hell of a comic book right here. So grab it.
Edge of the Spider-Verse #5, the first appearance of Web Weaver. And of course the regular cover for Spider-Man #1. And not to be forgotten, Miracle Man #0, which is an anthology of new stories, so I was wrong about the reprint, so yay! And that's my picks for Cliff's Comics this week. And join us next week for more of our personal picks that you seem to be interested in and we're happy to talk about.
King Spawn #15. We got cover A, which is pretty dope, and cover B. Joey agrees. King Spawn is great now. Kaya #1, independent. We're gonna see where that goes. And we got Joker #1, the man who stopped laughing. But this is the foil. This is pretty cool. All right, so those are my picks. All right, none of these guys' picks. My picks. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hey, thanks for joining us for another free New Comic Book Day.
Well, they're not free.
Thanks for joining us for another.
Again.
Everybody comes in looking for stuff.
Yeah, thanks for joining us at another New Comic Book Day. And remember, the 10th, we're gonna have the airbrush artist here with us. And on Monday, 1 to about 7. And then the 15th, we're gonna be hosting our mini monster market. And then after that, there's a Halloween horror double feature show featuring Halloween and Trick or Treat. And we're gonna have the killers dressed up, appearing, as well as having a print by local artist Ryan Brown. So, look forward to seeing everybody soon.
Peace out, everyone. Have a good one.
Peace out, and I'll see you next week. And Steven's in the comic book, but he won't buy it. Somebody drew his face in there. Hercules.
Peace out, Council.
Peace, guys. Have a good one. Catch you next time.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Peace out.